As Saurav cherished the honor of being captain and representing the entire nation, he could not avoid paying a small ransom which came with the territory. He traveled so extensively that it seemed like he was living out of a suitcase. He actually became a visitor to his own house.
It was great. It was great to see that face, and I didn't know that that face would be so pretty. So it was great to see that face, young little Sana. And I remember when I first came back from South Africa, my mother-in-law asked me to hold her in my lap. I was so scared that she would slip in between the arms that I didn't want to hold her. And I sat on the bed, in the middle of the bed, and held her in my arms. Not that I can still hold her in my arms. Now she jumps out of it. So it was great. It was great to have your own daughter. It's even greater to see her grow up, and she's a lovely girl actually. She's a sporting friendly girl. She loves sports. She loves running around. That's why she's so slim, and it's great. It's great fun.
The 2003 World Cup, the most important assignment in Saurav Ganguly's stint as captain.
Saurabh, India reached a World Cup final after 20 years. It was an amazing feeling for all of us. What were your feelings?
When we went to the World Cup, we were under a lot of fire. People were saying that we were not the right side who went to the World Cup. We didn't pick the right team. We didn't start off well. We lost to Australia and managed to beat Holland. But then the way we picked up after that, and we won 9 games in a row to get to the World Cup final. So it was a phenomenal run, those 1.5 months in South Africa.
In 2003, in the World Cup, initial period was a little tough for us. The first 2-3 games were tough for us. We won 2 out of 3 matches, but still there were alarming situations here and there.
He's nicked that. That is good bowling. Extra bounce for Bigal.
There were stones thrown at players' houses, their window panes broken, their car glasses broken, which was pretty sad. People should have understood that we were trying to do well. Sometimes in sport it doesn't happen. You want to give your best, and somehow the opposition plays better than you.
Sure.
So there was a discussion in the team that we need to stand up because we need to put an end to all this nonsense.
I guess we've been through a lot. Both as individuals.
Is it true that you instructed your players not to speak to the commentators during the World Cup?
It's not fully true, but we were really hurt by some of the comments which were made. Being former players, it's important that you support the team, especially when the team's down, and especially when you have been through such situations. Every player understands that you fail. Probably you fail more than you succeed at this level. It's how well you do when you succeed. So from that point of view, we were a bit disappointed, and we had reports coming in that some people have got personal.
Punching his bat with his gloves.
He was coming straight out of the heart. He never used to think. For his interest was his team. He wanted India to do well. Okay? So if anything was obstructing that, he used to just say it off the cuff.
We knew that we had to deliver at the World Cup. It was a big stage, and we knew we're in a country where it's a huge passion. There were a lot of hopes on the World Cup, and we knew we had the team. Before New Zealand, over that 1 year span, we won every one-day competition. So we had the confidence, but the boys knew that it was time we delivered.
And after that, as a team, we gathered that momentum, which was special, which was fantastic. I have wonderful memories of that. And we went all the way to the finals, and then we all of a sudden realized that, we are in the finals, World Cup finals. And even now, when we look back, those couple of months just flew by because we were all training together. working hard and all that. And I think captain has a huge role to play there, to keep all the players motivated and to understand the strengths and the weaknesses of every individual. And Saurav understood that.
Now that's again taken the outside edge. Nehra is on a roll at the moment. Wickets continue to tumble as far as England are concerned.
It was a huge feat to reach the World Cup final on hard South African pitches. But India lost it against Ponting's Australia. But then, don't all classic romantic tales have a tragic end?
I definitely feel winning the toss and fielding first was the right decision, because the way we bowled right throughout the tournament, we were getting teams out for 150, and we knew that the best Australia was in such good form. They had won 10 games till the final, so we knew that if we have to beat them, we have to hurt them early. It rained overnight when we went in the morning of the game. If you remember, the game started late because there were wet patches on the wicket.
Right.
And that happens only when there is moisture.
Right.
So we thought that the way we bowled in the previous games, if we can get Australia to be 100 for 5 at some stage, then we will be able to control the game, because they were a formidable side then. But then the way Ricky Ponting batted and Damien Martyn batted, they just took the game away from us.
বাবার একটা ড্রাইভার ছিল নিতাই বাবু বলে। তো বাবা রোজ স্কুলে যেত, স্কুল 8টার থেকে বা 7টার থেকে শুরু হতো।
না না, সেন্ট জেভিয়ার্স কলেজ সকাল 5:30 থেকে শুরু হতো।
5:30 থেকে যেত। ঠাম্মা তো বাবাকে সেই 4টের সময় এখনো যেমন তুলে দেয়। তো তারপরে দাদু তোমার সব প্লেটে করে মাছ ভাত নিয়ে বসতো। তো বাবা খেয়ে স্কুলে যাওয়ার সময় নিতাই বাবাকে বলতো, তুমি ঘরে আসো, আমি যখন খাচ্ছি চাদর, একটা পাশ বালিশ আর একটা চাদর নিয়ে গাড়িতে যাও। তো নিতাই বাবু তো একটা চাদর, বালিশ আর পাশ বালিশ নিয়ে গাড়িতে যেত। তো গাড়িতে গিয়ে তখন বাবা 1 কাপ চা নিত, নিয়ে গাড়িতে উঠে ও বাবা স্কুলে পৌঁছাতো 5:30, 5:30 থেকে 7টা অব্দি ঘুমিয়ে নে, 3rd ক্লাসে গিয়ে বাবা ক্লাসে যেত। মিস করি না কেন, আমার বন্ধুরা সব থাকে, তাই আদের সময় বাবার কাছে
ছোটবেলা থেকে বাবাকে মিস করছে তো, মানে it's become a part of a routine, so she doesn't miss much. He gets a little angry if Sana cheats a bit, then he gets angry, otherwise it's okay. No, that's because mother is more in the house.
She always shouts at me and always wants me to study.
No, I don't always want her to study, but I wanted to study for a little time, but with concentration. When the concentration is not there, then she, gets a little bit of scolding.
Long time he was not been able to go to any puja ceremony and stuff. So he decided that this time I will go. Come may what, he will go. So we were very scared that what you're telling, if you go there will. So no, we have to plan out something and we will go. So then decided that he will go in a disguise. So he wore like a Punjabi, a turban and everything. And fortunately nobody recognized him, and even the police didn't recognize him. So, and then we went to 2 or 3 police to say that this is Saurav Ganguly, please nearby, stay nearby. If somebody we need to find people to protect.